All praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem Yakakudash. Double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Shalom. And this is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And these heathens, they rage and then they imagine that their kingdom is gonna stand and live forever, man. Which is a vain thing, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has something different in mind, and especially these elites, they think they're gonna fulfill their NWO, man, you know, and verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together and together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder, let us cast away their cords from us, man. And really, these nations, they think they're gonna overtake us, man. They think they're gonna do away with us. They think we're not gonna come back into rulership or power, They think they're gonna they really think the Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is gonna do away with us, man, forever, man. But that's not the case, man. Going back up to verse 1, it says, while the heathen rage, it says in the NIV, why do nations conspire, man, and the people plots in vain, man, and these nations, they conspire against Israel. This is why America has been living deliciously for some time, because the nation of Israel has been hostage under these heathen nations, under Esau and Edom, man. We have been beneficial hostage for these heathens, and these heathens know damn well if they ever, like the days of Pharaoh, if they ever let us go, man, this kingdom will fall, man. So jumping down to verse 4. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure, man. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he's laughing and scoffing at these damn devils because how prideful that they are. They really think that their kingdom is gonna be left here to rule, and they think they're gonna rule, man, and they think they're really gonna go out above the heavens, man, and live out there, man, and conquer out there, man. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is laughing, man, because it gets to the point to where who can go up against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and stand, man. For you to be that damn prideful to try to go up against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and think you're gonna stand, you're a damn fool, man. And it pisses me off, man, because we know that nobody can go up against Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. That's what makes him he is, man. That's what makes him the Alpha and Omega. That what makes him the beginning and the end, man. That what makes him the Allah Shajim, all power, man. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure, man. Because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is coming back to fuck shit up, man, and to put these damn devils in rulership. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is the biggest boss, the biggest enemy to these damn devils, man, the biggest threat to these damn devils. They know when he shows up, it's game over. When he shows up with the chariots, with Michael and the angels, it's game over, man. And they really are terrified, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, his anger is terrifying, man. When Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua gets mad, none can subdue him, man. None can pacify him, man. His anger uh 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 has to go through the stages, man. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you know, his wrath is very scary, man. You know, you know, verse 6. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare declare the decree. The Lord has said unto me, Thou art my son. This day I have been gotten thee. Ask me of the ask me of ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathens for thine inheritance, and upon the uttermost parts of the earth for a possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them into pieces like potter's vessel. You know, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he's coming back, man, to set up his kingdom, man, the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, and he's gonna give his elect, you know, power to do so, power to conquer, and power to subdue these nations, man. You know, we're not gonna need guns. We're not gonna need bulletproof vests, man. We're not gonna need none of that. We're not gonna need these vehicles, these tanks, missiles, the ICBMs, man. All we're gonna need is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. You know, and as we need Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, he will grant us spiritual power, man. Which some people really think spiritual power is fake. You know, after everything that the apostles have said, these prophecies are coming to pass back to back, man. We can see them full time playing out in life, man. We can see the prophecy. So how much more when they said spiritual power is coming, man? This is really coming, man. You know, and it's not gonna be a game, man. You know, and a lot of Americans, a lot of Babylonians, they love to be entertained, man. But soon come, man. Entertainment's gonna be done away with, man. The earth has been living deliciously for a minute, man. You know, that's all Babylonians love is entertainment, man. And they hate the truth, man. They hate the truth. They hate it when you tell them that, you know, you heathens, you're gonna go into captivity and we're gonna get the planet Earth back, man. They hate the truth, man, because they love living the lie, man. That's all America is a damn lie, man. You know, they love living the dream, the American dream, man. You know, which the American dream is dying out, you know, which is probably already faded at this point. You know, how things are looking out here. You know, but Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is coming to conquer, man. And he's coming with vengeance in his heart, man. You know, he hasn't forgot all the cries, all the outcries that our ancestors has done in slavery, the atrocities that you have done to our ancestors in slavery, man. Our power hasn't forgot that. Everything is written everything is written by the angels, man. You know, his knowledge doesn't fade like our knowledge, man. You know, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is all power, man. You know, and none can take his place, man. You know, which shows you how prideful these damn devils are, man. You know, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is he's gonna show them when he pulls up, man. You know how useless and how powerless that they really are, man. You know, I mean, hell, he's the one that set them up into power. He's the one that gave them their possessions, man, and their inheritance, man. You know, and it gets frustrating, man, seeing these damn devils into power and seeing how they act and how prideful that they act. You know, but soon to come, man, they're gonna be taken out of power, man. And all this westernization is gonna be done away with, man. You know, down to the men in the society, down to the women, man. You know, Because the men are prideful as hell too. They think that since they got a little bit of money in their pocket, that they're on something, man. You know, since and they're wicked too, man. The women, they're even worse, man. Committing all types of wickedness out here, man. And one reason I can say is because of the damn internet, man. Soon to come, man. Internet is gonna be done away with, man. You know, blackouts is happening in I think in Iran. How much more for the U.S. The U.S. is making enemies out of their own damn allies, man. Dealing with Greenland and whatnot. So how much more when their allies turn up against them, man? These phones are gonna be done away with. These women think that they have some type of power, authority. Saying I don't need you, nigga, and then blocking you on a damn cell phone, man. These women are really childish. In a way. They don't have no common sense nor no maturity in them, man. They're petty, man. They think that they just have a phone that they can treat anybody the way that they want to, when their broke ass, their dusty ass is working at McDonald's, man. They think, even the McDonald's bitches are proud, man. And they'll block you in a heartbeat over in a damn phone, man, and think that they own something. Get your money up, nigga. Keep it P. Some childish shit, man. We live in a childish society, man, and Yahweh Bashima Shai's about to do away with it. So when you brothers hear destruction and chaos is ensuing or is coming to the planet Earth, don't be afraid, brothers. Brothers, all we can do is go up. Remember, man. Remember, all we can do is gain, man. And that's what I gotta remind myself, because we hearing destruction and chaos ensuing, man. And you're like, you're trying to make sure that you got everything in order, man. So you get anxious at times, you get worried at times, man. But you gotta remember, man. We never had nothing here in the first place, man. All we can do is gain, brothers. All we can do, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is coming back to bring a better world, man. And all we can do, brothers, is just move forward, man. Leave everything behind and move forward, man. Because this place is on its way out, And when the missiles are shot off, there's nothing we can do about it but hope and pray that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai lets us under his covering, man. Lets us into the ships, and take us home, And you got to remember, man, our ancestors, in slavery. We're still in slavery, man. And that's what the 2/3 don't understand. We're still in slavery. We haven't got free yet, man. We're still here. We're still under our ancestors' curses, man. Our ancestors went through slavery, which we're our ancestors coming back. But our ancestors went through slavery, and they had to endure monstrosities from these devils, being under these damn devils, man. Psychological warfare, physical abuse, Our ancestors had to go through hell, man. And it blows my mind seeing the 2/3 look up and want to be and cater to these damn devils that has done this to our people, man. They forgot what these damn devils have done to our people, man. For them to look up and try to please that this damn cracker, man. Man, to hell with these crackers, man. Everything that my ancestors have went through, man. To hell with them, man. They have done evil ass shit to our people, man. And it's Yahweh Bashim Yahushai hasn't forgot. He knows everything that they have done. Brothers and sisters, if we could remember and go back into time and see what they have done, how evil that they were to our people, man, we'll be furious. We will want to take a cracker out right now, man. We'll shoot the 2/3 if they really understood, man, they'll put hands on these damn devils, man. You know, they'll put hands on these damn devils, man. You know, but Yahweh Bashim Shai is coming to conquer, man. And these people really think that this kingdom is gonna be here, man. You know. But Yahweh Shai, he's coming back, and he's gonna put chains on these damn devils, man. And he's gonna be the one that destroys their kingdom, man. And there's nothing that they can do about it, man. But try to fight with with his elect, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna protect his elect, man. To hell with these damn devils, man. They had enough time. They had enough glory in their kingdom, man. It's time for the downfall, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna bring it. So, I'm gonna stop it right there, man, because they know that their time is up, man. They know that the days are getting shorter. Each day it goes by, it gets closer and closer to Yahweh Shai's coming, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not gonna let them pass the time that's bound, man. That was bound to them, man. They got a time frame, man. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is a man of his word. So if he says they have a time frame and they're not gonna pass the time frame that they was bound, then they're not gonna pass the time frame that was bound, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is not a liar, nor is he a manipulator, man. So I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Yakwadash, double and honors to the elders at GMS who's pushing the truth with all truth and sincerity, and shalom.